Welcome to the MVP Show. Our guest today is the first Dynamics 365 MVP in Mexico. Yes, he is a Microsoft Business Application MVP, but specializes in Dynamics 365 around the CE area. It's my pleasure to welcome Sergio Macias. I've said that wrong in today's episode of the MVP Show. I'll let him tell you in a moment the correct pronunciation of his name. Anyhow, it's really interesting to see what's happening in Mexico, the opportunities there, and I hope to see in the future a lot more people from Mexico getting into the MVP program, spreading the word. There looks like there's an opportunity around PowerApps and Flow for a lot more to be done across Mexico. Full show notes for this episode can be found at nz365guy.com/141. Now, let's get on with the show. Sergio, welcome to the show.
Hi, Mark. Thank you. Thank you for the invite. I'm really happy to be here in your show.
Excellent. How do you pronounce your last name?
My last name in Spanish is Macias.
Macias. So
That's right.
Is it Sergio Macias? Is that how you'd say it?
Well, my name is Sergio.
Wow. See, I can't even put that last piece. As in, I can't make the I-O sound like that. Wow, that's very cool. Can you say it again?
Sergio Macias.
Mate, it's good to have you on the show. You know, we've met a few times now, and you're based in what part of the world?
Well, the city is Monterrey, and the country is Mexico.
Excellent. So Monterrey, Mexico. So how far is it? Is that the largest city, or is there larger cities in Mexico?
Monterrey is one of the three most important cities in Mexico. The first one is Mexico City, then can be Monterrey or Guadalajara, and those are the most important cities in Mexico.
Okay, and how big, in just in your estimation, how big or popular is Microsoft, Power Apps, the Power Platform, Dynamics 365, Flow in Mexico?
Well, it's difficult to say. Even we are very close to United States, where all these technologies evolves and happen. We are some kind of far from the community size of the United States or other countries. I don't know why. I'm still wondering why is this difference, and I'm trying to make that gap a little bit shorter. But I will say that the Dynamics 365 community is the biggest one so far. PowerApps and Flow, those are platforms or technologies that are kind of new for Mexico.
Which they are really for a lot of the world. Tell me, if I was to come to Mexico, what one thing would you get me to eat?
To eat? Well, it depends on which city are you gonna be, because
Monterrey,
okay,
is where you live. Yeah.
Monterrey, definitely you have to eat machacado. That is egg with meat, dry meat. So that's a good start for a breakfast. And if you're planning to have lunch, would be meat, like carne asada is that we call. It's meat like a barbecue.
Okay.
But it's really, really different from a barbecue in the US.
Okay. And dinner?
And dinner, tacos, definitely.
Yeah.
Each kind of tacos, with meat, with pineapple. We have some of them.
And are they hard shell or soft shell tacos?
No, the 95% is soft.
Okay. Because like in Western supermarkets, they sell the ones that are very hard shell, kind of look like a clam, and you put stuff in. But then, if you go to any Mexican restaurant, generally they'll always give you the soft shell tacos that you kind of wrap up.
Yeah. The hard one, you are not talking about Mexico, man. It's
okay.
I don't know why.
So that's just marketing.
Yes, marketing.
Okay. El Paso Marketing, because that's the brand that they sell everywhere. Yeah, very good. Okay, so on with your involvement in the community. Kind of what are the big highlights in your community year that you've been doing in Monterey?
Well, the highlights can be the 365 Saturday events that were that happened on April, May, and June.
Okay, so were those 3 locations?
The 3 locations were in Mexico, Monterrey, and Guadalajara. Yeah, it was like an objective for me or a goal for me because 3 events in 3 consecutive months, it was hard. Yeah, hard to find, sponsors that want to collaborate, the venues, and because I'm not in that city, so I organize everything from here in Monterrey, and obviously with some help from different people on the different cities, but it's difficult to get to people to attend the events. They think there are not good events because they are free. So we're still trying to evangelize those kind of events.
If they think that charged events, just charge them.
Yes, definitely. So we're trying to evangelize and spread the word about this type of events.
How successful were they this time round? Did you get a good turnout? Because it must have been, you've run it in Monterey before, right? But this would be first time in the other 2 locations?
Yeah, the first one was on 2017, September, I guess. September was the first event here in Monterrey. It was very successful. I mean, every event, I think it's successful since the conception of the event. But we got like 40 people on the event. And we had like Click Dimensions, King Ways Off as sponsorship. And the 3 events for this year, the biggest one was Mexico City because we organized it together with Global Azure Bootcamp. So it was on a Friday, and we got like 100 people.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Are there lots of Microsoft partners across Mexico, or there not many?
Yeah, there is a lot of Microsoft partners doing Dynamics 365, but they are kind of away from the latest news or the new stuff.
Okay, so they're kind of like more on premise or not using the cloud as much, or what it?
Yeah, well, no, they are using the cloud, but like the basic CRM functionality. Yeah, so we need to help them to expand, the knowledge and say we have more tools. We can get to more business. With this platform, it doesn't have to be a CRM strictly.
Wow. Now, did I read right that you're the first Dynamics 365 CRM MVP in Mexico?
Yes, it's the first one and the only one.
Wow. So how did you find out about the MVP program originally?
I have been working with CRM since version number 3. I was very away from community things. So when I met Pablo Peralta, there is also an MVP from Uruguay. So he told me and he explained me how to collaborate in communities and blogs and answer questions and everything. And I found it very interesting. So I started my journey like 2 years or maybe 3 years ago, helping the community. And, it's very glad to help people. And once I become an MVP, it was like, entering to the matrix for me. It was like, oh my God, this person is, this is the team that is building CRM, and this one is the one that cares about marketing, and this one make the decision for this, and I can give you my opinion. So wow, this is big. And obviously, travel to Seattle and know the Microsoft offices. It's a big one step for me. So it's very exciting.
Yeah. So how many years is it now for you? Is it 3 years MVP?
No, 2 years.
2 years. You became an MVP what in 2017?
2017, October 2017. Yeah, it's kind of like my anniversary these days for being an MVP.
Okay, so tell us about what you're doing at the moment. From a what are your like key community contributions? What have you found works well for you?
Well, I started to answer questions on the community, on the forums, and the blog post. But then, I have started a journey like 3 years ago from becoming from a developer to becoming a more salespeople or solution architect, kind of that. Being in front of the customer and try to do business. So with that transition, I really enjoy making events, organizing events, doing videos from in YouTube instead of in the technical side. So I moving from that side.
Okay. So tell me, what's your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel doesn't have a, a name yet because we are still building, our fans and followers. So, but people can find me Macias365.
Macias 365. So I just jumped onto YouTube just now. And do you use the brand M365?
Yes, M365.
Excellent. Okay, rock on. That's really cool. Good to know that that's out there. Don't you do podcasting as well?
Yeah, that's another activity that I have started like 3 months ago. Uh, it's been difficult, I really try to make a session or an episode like 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. But I'm still trying and I'm still learning, to have this discipline to make a video 1 week and then a podcast other week. So, but I have also a podcast and also on Spotify, and it's with the same name.
Excellent. And so is that do you tend to do your videos and your podcast in Spanish?
Yeah, they are focused on everything 100% in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to help all the Latin American people, because there are so many people in English that are helping community. So I want to focus on the community that have less people.
I like it. Well, the thing is, I think it's a large community. It's just that, as you say, there needs to be more content in Spanish, right, for that community.
Yeah, there are a lot of work on these terms because you find people that tells you okay, I really like videos, so you make a video, and then you find another people and tells you, oh, I really like to go in my car driving to my work and hear podcasts. So it's like, oh man, I do podcasts or videos or answer questions. So there's a lot of work, and also I'm trying to find or discover other people that wants to help the community and explain how they can contribute, so we can be more people, year by year.
Yeah, I like it. Listen, if you're listening to the show and you want to help Sergio out, go and just search for Macias space 365 on YouTube. Grab his channel and subscribe to it, and let's get him past 100 subscribers, and then he can get his own unique name so that you can take part in helping him share in Spanish, all the great content that he's doing, so more Spanish people can get involved in the community through the videos that he's creating. So that's Macias space 365. Do a search on on YouTube, and you'll find his channel and subscribe to it. Okay, that's awesome. So tell us, what are you working on at the moment? What's your focus? Are you on project work? Do you have a team of people you're running? What's the story?
Well, a year ago, I started my own journey with a company, doing obviously 365 projects and Power Platform. But I don't care saying that it didn't well. It has been a year. It was a wonderful year. I learned a lot of things, new things. And uh, like 4 months ago, we decided to look for a new job. But it's that business is like in pause. So there's no stop in the business. So we just pause it, and we are dealing with these hard times of the first year of the company. And I'm sure that I be continue doing or building the company in the next year. But right now I'm working for a company that works with Dynamics 365 and also with ERPs, F&O.
Oh, okay. And so, what type of project work are you on?
Well, right now my current position is a solution architect. So I'm designing, projects and how things are gonna be, if it's going to be a Power App or a first party app, how integrations are going to be. And sometimes obviously we do customization work, or I'm still a developer, so sometimes I did plugins or custom workflows.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, what about who do you see in the Spanish community that you've kind of got your eye on? Maybe you're mentoring them or something like that. That could be potentially be future MVPs.
Do you want names?
Yeah. Are there any people that's kind of top of your mind that you're pretty impressed with what they're doing, and you think they'd become good MVPs in the future?
Yeah, well, there are two people right now that I'm thinking that I can think on. The first one is Boris Martinez. He's like my friend, and he always supports my events, and he's always helping me, also doing community events or helping the community. And he's and also a Dynamics 365 consultant. And the second one is Jose Ramirez. And Jose Ramirez is based on Mexico City. And he's doing a lot of work with Business Central.
Oh, okay. Very good. I think there's definitely opportunity, right, for more MVPs to come out of Mexico. Do you see anybody? Have you come across anybody that is focusing on, specifically PowerApps and Flow in your region?
Uh, no, that I know. As I told you, that the people here, maybe there's a lot of people out there that knows a lot about Power Apps, but they only work for a company, end the day at 6 p.m. and go to his house or her house, and that's it. They are not, giving that extra mile, uh, and going out from the comfort zone, as we know in Spanish. Uh, so maybe there's a lot of people there, but I don't know. I don't know them.
Definitely, obviously, there's opportunity, right, for people out there to get involved, create some content, whether it be videos on YouTube, podcasts, or write some blog posts, of course, around these topics.
Yeah, in every video, on every podcast I made, I always say the same. If you want to share your knowledge, raise your hand. There's no need to have this big software and hardware to make a podcast. You just buy a headset and that's it. So, and I always inviting people to join the community.
So good. Do you have a blog that people can go and check out where you create your content?
Yeah, there's the blog. It's also macias365.com.
Excellent. Good. I like your consistency.
Thank you. Yeah, and obviously I have learned from the experts online like you. You have so many years doing this, and I really recognize, your discipline and how you create content. That's excellent, Mark.
Yeah, very good. What I noticed about some of your 365 events, you seem to get really cool branded T-shirts. How do you come up with those really awesome brands? Like, the designs are really awesome. I think one of mine is I've got a what is it? It's a transformer where you've incorporated the various logos and whatnot into the design.
Yeah, well, actually, it's Voltron, from the cartoon. And well, those marketing and designs comes from a very, very old friend that I met in basic school. I mean, I don't know how you said.
Yeah, that's fine.
And he's my friend, and in every crazy idea we have, each of us or one of us, we help each other to complete that idea. So at that moment when the 365 events were happening, we are still a company. So he's my partner. So I asked for some help, and they start really, really quick doing those designs.
So he's a bit of a graphic designer, is he?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. You should put him in touch with me, because I wouldn't mind him doing some designs for me. I've got some projects that I need some T-shirts designed up for, and I'm looking for somebody that's skilled in that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pass the information. Sure.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, are you ready for some quick fire questions?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, these are gonna make you think. Are you ready for the first one? Here it is. Who would you like to play in a movie? So which character would you like to play if you're an actor in a movie?
Oh man, the first idea that I have is, if it is an action movie, will be with Tom Cruise.
Nice. What's the best thing about the opposite gender?
So what is the best thing of the opposite gender? I think the strength. I have to recognize that they get a strength for I don't know where, but that's the best thing of.
Nice. I take it you're thinking about your wife when you're saying that.
Yeah, of course, and because we recently have our second daughter, so she's doing a really, really hard work, so I have to recognize that.
It's good. That's good. Would you rather give up your smartphone or your computer?
Computer.
Okay. Who in your life inspires you to be better?
Definitely my first daughter, Isabella.
Awesome. If you could only drink one type of alcohol for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Tequila.
Definitely.
Nice. What mistake do you keep making over and over again?
I have so many.
Just one.
I would say the financial side. And sometimes I spend money in things that I don't really use or I don't really need.
Okay. Good to know about yourself, right? Sergio, it's been great to have you on the show. Where can people find you? We've talked about your website, so you're on Twitter, and what else?
Well, I'm more active on LinkedIn, so you can find me as Sergio-Macias, or just type Sergio Macias and you can find me. And I'm really more active in LinkedIn. Also, as you said, I have a YouTube channel that it's Sergio Macias or M365. And also my blog post or my blog website, it's macias365.com. So it's where I post everything, videos, podcasts, and you can click on there and it will take you to that direct URL.
Hey, thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this episode of the MVP Show. I'm your host, Business Application MVP Mark Smith, otherwise known as the NZ365 guy. If you want to become an MVP at some point, doesn't matter where you're located in the world, go to youtube.com/NZ365guy and take a look at my series. I've done a series up there called How to Become an MVP. You might find that super helpful if you're planning on becoming an MVP. You need to watch it from, the first video all the way through the series, because each one talks about a different area of how to become an MVP, and you might find something that resonates with you. Full show notes for this episode, visit nz365guy.com/141. See you next week.